Here's another reason that a lot of people tend to lose money when they start buying crypto. And again, it's not even entirely your fault or whoever's buying it's fault. It's largely the fault of the information that you've been given. When you think about the idea of investing, you probably have a very particular picture in mind. You take some money, you pick a budget that works for you or your family, you set aside some of that money every single month, and you put it towards an investment. You put it towards something that you expect to grow over time, that you can rely on to help you retire later. Think about investing in the S&P 500 by purchasing an index fund in your Roth IRA, for example. The world of crypto is completely different. You can't really invest in the traditional sense in cryptocurrencies because of a few reasons, but primarily these are new companies. These are startup companies. You would never invest for the long term in startup companies. The failure rate of a startup is incredibly high, like north of 90%. And it's worse in the tech field because so many things get attempted. The barrier to entry to start a new tech venture is much lower than it is to start a brick and mortar venture, right? The cost of getting started is much lower, so more people are starting things in the tech space. It's just one of those things. You can't really invest in stuff like that the same way that you invest in the S&P 500. And it would be silly to treat those two things the same way, but we never really sit down and make that distinction. The particular style of investing that you would be doing if you purchase cryptocurrency is more like venture style investing. It's what venture capital firms do. They take sort of a scattershot approach to a whole bunch of different little tiny bets, expecting even, that most of them will not work out. You would never put all of your eggs in one basket, especially when that basket is a few anonymous or mostly anonymous college guys who just spun up a brand new company in their dorm room on a Thursday afternoon because they were bored and had a cool idea. And I'm not saying at all that there's anything wrong with taking a stab like that. I fully endorse the rights of all of those people to take a stab like that. But I still wouldn't put the same kind of investment in their company as I would in something like the S&P. And that's where a lot of bad investing, a lot of bad purchasing happens in the crypto space because we don't look at them the way that we should, with that hypercritical, everything is a Ponzi until proven otherwise, assume it will fail, plan to not get the money back that you put in, expect the price to crater, expect hyper volatility in the price of this asset, expect that you may not have a clear revenue plan, expect that it may be hard to identify exactly what the idea is. What are you really investing in? Is this a solution that anyone actually is looking for a problem that they actually have? Or is it just sort of one of those things that sounds really good on paper? Always be skeptical of all cryptocurrency. This stuff is way too new. It's exciting. Don't get me wrong, I'm very excited about a lot of it. But being excited and having conviction in the value long-term of something, so much so that it deserves my investment, are two very different things. Bring a healthy dose of skepticism with you as you look at things in the crypto industry, and look at the differences between traditional investing and venture style investing specifically. Honestly, that right there, you'll have a better time.